अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन। उम्मीद है आप लोग खैरियत से होंगे। कुछ महीने पहले मेरी एक साहब से मुलाकात हुई और उनका नाम यान रॉबर्ट्स है और वो एक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल कोच है, जॉन मैक्सवेल के सीनियर ट्रेनर हैं। और उन्होंने हमको हमारी एक मीटिंग हुई, तकरीबन 1.5-2 घंटे जारी रही, 1 घंटा 1.5 घंटा जारी रही। और उसके बाद उन्होंने हमें गाइड किया कि ये चीज़ें करनी हैं और उन चीज़ों को करने से इंशाअल्लाह ताला मुल्क में बेहतरी आएगी। और उन्होंने ये वाला काम बहुत सारी जगहों पे किया हुआ है। तो नज़ीमी थे, उन्होंने ज़िम्मेदारी ली कि इसको आगे चलाएंगे, लेकिन 3 महीने गुजर गए हैं, अभी तक कोई ख़ास काम हम नहीं कर सके। तो आज दोबारा पहली दफ़ा मैं फेसबुक लाइव करूँगा यान के साथ और उनसे पूछेंगे कि हमें अब नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या करने हैं अपनी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन को करने के लिए। गुड मॉर्निंग, इवनिंग, आफ्टरनून, आई डोंट नो वेयर यू आर मिस्टर हैंडसम।
Good. For you, it is a good afternoon, I believe, but for here we are now, I think it's about 9:30 in the evening in South Africa. How are you, my friend?
Looks like you're already ready to go to sleep.
No. I'm just relaxing. It's been a very warm day here, so I'm just relaxing and just checking some emails and stuff, and so I was glad you called.
Thank you. Do you have a place where you have more light for your face so everybody can see how handsome you are?
Oh, you say the nicest thing, but Photoshopping would have been easier. I'll just see if I can put on a light here.
So Jan is in South Africa, I believe, right now, and it's summer over there. So the people who are the winter, there is summer in South Africa, in Australia, it's in the southern hemisphere. So that he is hot and is in his bunny probably in his t-shirt and relaxing. And next month, I believe, Cape Town is shutting down the water system. Also, and there is a water crisis coming in the world. A lot of people have been talking about this for many, many years, decades, and finally it's near our eyes, and we will see that what the petty issues we have been fighting about have been nothing. Water is going to be one of the biggest issues on the planet. So, Jan, we had a talk. First of all, thank you for giving us your time again.
We had giving you my time too. Your time, man.
My time is the most available to you anytime you want.
Mind.
We had a lovely conversation, interesting talk from you in the taxi. We had a lovely time with you at the airport, and you gave me a beautiful insight that how society can be transformed by following basics, not very sophisticated stuff, but very, 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 very basic stuff, which is fundamentally ingrained into all the religions of the world also. And you found it through another religion called the Amish. And the Amish, was it Amish or somebody else?
Yeah, it started in the Amish community, yes.
Okay. And from the Amish community, you found very interesting principles of life, which if people follow, the whole society starts to transform itself on its own.
I firmly believe so, yes.
I firmly believe so also now, because I have seen many things happen, and I believe after seeing so much of the world that everywhere where I find these fundamentals broken, the society is unable to progress, and we are all trying to make nuclear bombs and factories and big dams and everything, but we don't focus on the fundamentals of humanity, which is what you are wanting to teach. So tell me 3 steps you want me to do in the next 1 month, so you can come, or I can arrange you a team, or what do you need, what tools do you need in order to start working with the Pakistani community?
Yes, great question, and you know, I remember our conversations in the taxi and airport with a great passion from your side as well, and I really appreciate that you have such a great passion for not only the Pakistani people but the people at large. That you want to, you're a great connector of people throughout the world, and I'm watching this a lot, and of course through you I've always been I'm also been at a few Facebook lives with Rabael, and also with it paused, and also a few more, and you know, these are all people you've actually inspired to actually go on live and connect with people around the world, so we can all learn from and with each other. Now, this is exactly the process here as well. The whole idea is that we are all, and Arti always says, my partner, who's also watching here at the moment, she always says that, you know, the level of respect, everybody is equal, and so it should be, and we need. Oh, somebody's actually, I saw it pausing a few times. So when we talked about this program, the program is called Values-Based Leadership, but it's really a personal development program in groups where we really start to understand each other better. We start to respect each other more. We start to learn more about each other and about ourselves. And you know, as I said already, the experiences we've had. In fact, this weekend we're going to train another big group of people here in Durban. We're in Durban, South Africa at the moment. But what we are looking for is, of course, first of all, like-minded people who have got a passion to change lives, people who are willing to invest. Not only we're talking about money, but also time in doing so. So I really think the first thing we need to consider is key people in. You know, we can't. When you showed me that video with I think 25,000 people in a hockey stadium, and when you said, you know, how many people do we need? I think we need to start with a core group of people, and finding out people who are interested to become certified as facilitators in this 45-week process, and from there, you know, explain the whole idea behind the process. You know, talk to these people, send overviews to the people, what it entails, and the simplicity of it. Because as I found out as well as in this process, how complicated we as human beings make everything, and then nothing happens or very little happens. But this is so simple, and to find a core group of people where we can connect with each other, start discussions, how we can progress in building a core group of facilitators, that we can start spreading this in you know, because the idea is that eventually we need a lot of people to become facilitators in this process in all 7 spheres of influence. And I believe I told you as well that we are in South Africa before the end of this year, we're going to put 20,000 people together in a stadium to train them one day, you know, and it's an amazing goal, but you know, it's about time to go home, or go big or go home, and there is no going home for this. So, you know, but for something like that to happen, that, you know, transformation really starts taking place in organizations and in the country, we need to find a core group of dedicated people. And, you know, Arti and I have taken the time here, and we've had many experiences and learning curves, to be honest, to actually find people and do this. And we've now got a fairly good flow where we're attracting some amazing people who, you know, we're on Skype calls every week and we have them running Skype calls to sharpen us on and go through values every week. But basically, we need to connect with people who are, and those people, and of course, need to have a passion for not only them, their community, but even on a wider scale, their country. We need them both in communities, in corporates, in companies, and in religious circles, in every sphere of influence. Find some people who are not only interested but passionate about changing the situations in their communities, in their countries, in the country, and then get together with these people, start having discussions, even start maybe do some talks about the values-based leadership and how it's impacting people. We have videos on our website as well. We often show to people when we even do the training, because we want people to really see the simplicity and the impact that when we get together and we start communicating with each other again, that we can all make a difference together.
Do you think it's possible to do this training on a Zoom conference call, where you said you need 5 people to be part of the trainee and 1 facilitator? So you think we can get 5 people sitting in their home to join, and you can facilitate this just for us to have an experience about this? Do you think it will work?
To get an experience, to get an experience, we can run we can even run a value. Just as we do it quite often in organizations as well, as a demonstration to run a value, because rather than always talking about things, I think quite often it's better doing things, so people actually get an idea how it works, the process, and when you add up these week after week doing these kind of things, it's going to be amazing. So yes, I think that's a certain possibility, definitely, with modern technology. And you can't, like, we have Skype calls as well now. We have trained people, and I believe I said to you, we train up to 100 people in one day. If there's 50 people, we can do it in half a day. So to actually train a fairly large group of people in a very short period of time, we normally take about 3 hours to train a large group of people, and they get this. And what we do after that, we have follow-up Skype calls, and we can even use Zoom calls to actually keep training these people, because the more trained these people become as facilitators in this simple structure, the better the foundation of it is going to be for any organization, and indeed any country.
So do you feel like we can experiment and do a live thing and go on Facebook Live so that others can actually see it? And that way, I don't know if you have talked with Carla and see how she is facilitating learning English. And I was thinking on the similar style where people can come on a daily or a weekly or whatever the schedule you have, and you can be the facilitator for the first core group. And while you're doing that, some other people, thousands of other people, will be able to watch and see and experience what we are asking for them to do. What do you think about that?
Of course, you have to think about how that exactly would go, because there is, with this whole program, we are licensed through Ohio, and the idea is eventually that people physically sit together, of course, and maybe, like we say, if you sit together with about 5 people in a group, whether it's in your family, in a community, in a company, whatever, it'll take roughly half an hour a week. And any more than that, up to 10 people, it takes about an hour a week. But most companies have no problems, most organizations have no problem with half an hour a week for personal development, because the development that will take place within these people is not even questionable anymore. The amount of evidence that we've gathered, and also for organizations what it means to work with values. If people want to know more about what it actually means, they can actually get a book. It's called Return on Character, where it actually shows what the difference, what the real winner is in organizations when character and values are really implemented in an organization from the top down. But yeah, we can do a call, because we do a demonstration quite often of a value. And eventually, the way the whole process works, we normally certify facilitators in this process, and those facilitators, because none of us can be everywhere at once, but with modern technology, we can support each other everywhere. So once we train these facilitators, we keep giving them guidance and support. And the idea is eventually, what we found out when we went to Paraguay this time, which is after Guatemala, a few lessons were learned, and when we went to Paraguay, the idea is that once these facilitators have a group, maybe say 5 people, that after the values come in 10-week modules, and after 10 weeks to get back to sharpen the saw, but also find out who in these groups of people are willing and are keen to also become facilitators. So, we started the ripple effect and start growing more and more people. And at the same time, also bring in people from other areas, in that 10-week cycle to keep training people and finding new people who are indeed really, really interested in what this program will do for them.
So I understand that it's a license from Ohio, and how about you designing a program, just food for thought, for the next generation of the planet, which is connected, hyper connected online? And I don't know, again, have you seen Carla's show on about teaching English?
I've been on there once.
Yeah.
I've been on Carla's show. In fact, I've been on Carla's show twice. And I've been on Amy's show, and I've been on Rabael's show twice. So the last time was last Saturday. So Arthi is actually going to be one of Amy's mentors, and I think I'm getting moved in that direction as well. But Arthi is going to be a leadership mentor on Saturday programs at 12 p.m. New York time. So they just had an interview last night and online to Amy introduced Arthi and somebody else as new mentors. So yeah, it is wonderful to be able to get this kind of influence even from your home to impact people in a positive way wherever you are. And that's yes, there is. We need to talk to Ohio, of course, to how we can do anything like this online. And of course, it is wonderful to do this online, especially as follow-ups and training. I still believe that because of the human, we're losing a lot of human interaction because of modern technology in a face-to-face, even though we are face-to-face now. But I think the impact cannot be overestimated of people sitting in groups, small groups together, and going through this kind of experience, because we're talking about the process gives everybody a voice. Everybody gets really engaged in the process and shares of their goals and how they see themselves today. And so it's an amazingly wonderful program. And although we do Skype calls, which we help to give feedback on the facilitators who we keep training all over the place, but also especially for facilitators, the online is invaluable, because we will make that available to wherever people are in the world, so we can work with them, we can guide them, we can give feedback, and we can give feedback on each other, because every facilitator, of course, is not exactly the same. But that is the biggest value at the moment of our modern technology, because that can bring us together from not only one country but from many countries, and if the calls get too big, we just do different ones, the same as when these classrooms keep breaking out because more and more people get involved. But yeah, it's certainly another aspect we must look into and talk to our people in Ohio about, to see how we can affect more people in a way that reaches further and further afield. Because of course it's when it's okay when you live in a small country, but if you've got a big country and there's a lot of people, to reach more and more people, it will be more effective to reach them in this way. And yet we can have people travel from all over, because even when we went to these countries like Guatemala and Paraguay, we had 250 people from around the world who actually traveled to these countries to help start a transformation. But I believe there is plenty of people in any country who are interested in a positive change and impacting their country, and get this. What this brings to a lot of people, I think, as well as a feeling of significance, because when you see the changes happening, and we have plenty of stories to share with people, but when you see the changes happening within this process, in not only in other people but also in ourselves, it is really something that I would like as many people to experience what I've experienced, and many others around us. And it's exciting. It's exciting stuff.
Okay, so tell me the 3 things I need to do next in order to bring you to Pakistan physically, And what I will do is I will make a group with Carla, you, Rabayo. Um, um, there was another person here who's a few more people who want to join. Maybe the first, and I can be one of them. And you can do an online first, like
A
going through one
demonstration.
value.
Yeah.
We can do a demonstration, and we can do that. That would be step for that. And for the physical bringing you to Pakistan, you said you wanted some pricing on the books or something.
No, well, the books, we need to see how we can best do this in Pakistan, because to get an overview of, see, the module books, there is 45, now even 46 weeks of values, and we can actually, the values are not necessarily set exactly the way they are just now. So if we find that in Pakistan there is values that are very important at the moment, and we have an opportunity of improvement. So we mix values in the first module and do that throughout, and we brand the whole thing as well for organizations. And there is 5 module books. So over this period of time, the modules come, the values come in 10-week modules, and we need to see what the pricing in Pakistan for these module books is, because we're looking at printing and royalties and things like that. But we can have this discussion and see how we can make this as effective as possible to reach as many people as possible. But we just need to look into that to see how we can, because we need a memorandum of understanding for printing and all this kind of stuff. And so yeah, there's a few things that come looking for that, and that's for us to. I mean, you're much more knowledgeable, of course, in how things work in Pakistan, but it's these kind of things we need to look into. But I think the first thing is simply to get a key group of people together. Let's do let's do a Zoom call even for ourselves first, to go through this and have a discussion about this kind of stuff. Do a value so people get to know about this kind of thing. The people you feel are important to be part of this, and then see how we can move from there. I think that's the most important step to start with.
Okay, so imagine it's a magazine, but imagine this is a workbook and it's a magazine. So a typical magazine or a workbook like this, which is a lot of pages actually, so this one is 130 pages, would cost anywhere from, and I will be happy to contribute to the first 1,000 copies, and I will have it published, no problem, at my cost. But
what did you say?
I mean, is something which I don't know what to do about.
Yeah, but but no, we need to take care of that as they gave us the license. So we'll work with you about that. But what did you say there? When you said the amount that one would cost, I just it blanked out.
$1.50 to $2.
Okay. Yeah, that gives us an idea anyway. But then, yeah, because we need to, of course, look at. See, we go here as well. We now go into corporates, and we charge for the facilitation in corporates, and we charge the module prices, and we need to find out how we can help, how we can get the same. I don't know if there is a social responsibility fund with corporates in Pakistan, but how we can entice corporates to actually help sponsor some of the areas that are less well off, and that the communities we need to bring this to as well. But again, there's a few discussions that will have to take place, and will take place, of course. But I think that would the simple first step, rather than take too many steps. The simple first step is let's bring some people together and do a Zoom call, and let's do a value so people get an idea how simple this is and how it works. Because I think the best way is, see, when we now have people who want to become part of this this movement, and it's change a country, hashtag change a country. And we said, if you want to be part of this movement, you need to come to our facilitation, because once you've been through the facilitation process, you actually get a much better feel of what this looks like. And to start with one value, which you quite often do as a demonstration in organizations, I think that would be a good start.
Okay, so I will gather some people. How many maximum people do you need on one call?
How many?
5 to 10 is okay?
Yeah, somewhere between there, yeah.
Okay. So I will gather the people, and then we can take it from there. We will set up an appointment with you, and you can then schedule that. For the physical version, I would love to see you soon. There is a conference happening on the 17th, 18th, and 19th in Karachi, which you and I are more than welcome to join. It's a startup conference, but you will meet maybe 20 to 30% of who's who of the country easily over there. It will be a very powerful conference. If you want to join us, that would be lovely. This week, the government of Pakistan has removed the visa restrictions from British passports and South Africa passports also. So if you guys have those passports, you just have to buy the ticket and come. You don't need a visa anymore. So if you would
I've got
like
a Dutch passport.
Huh?
I've got a Dutch passport.
You can also, anybody who has a Schengen passport, which is including the Holland passport, American passport, Thailand passport even. There are like 50 countries which have removed the visa this week in Pakistan. And Wolfgang is right now with us. Thank you, Wolfgang, for joining. He's from the World Economic Forum. And the Prime Minister is there, and another gentleman from the Aman Foundation is visiting the World Economic Forum. There are two large foundations beside the one I showed you with the 25,000 people in the crowd. If you can come up with a number, what you want to charge, it'll be easier for me to convince them. That is a full charity-based organization, whereas Aman Foundation and Anglo Foundation are more corporately run organizations. So they understand, they're more global organizations. They understand the corporate culture also. I'll be happy to introduce you to all three of them, where you can then, Arti, and you can send them a proposal, have a conference call, and do a regular sales pitch with them and see if they want to convince them. I am a roadside guy. I can just bring some crowd in and do the legwork with the crowd directly. I don't have much organizational structure for that. Or the funding for that available. I will be happy to fund the books, as I said, the 1,000 copies. But I will be happy to introduce you to the corporate people. There is also I will introduce you to some other people who you can pitch and see what you can do with them. More corporate people, yeah?
Brilliant. And I think I've already sent you the overview, but we'll certainly send you some information by mail as well, so you can have a bit more information on the background of the modules and things like that. The overview gives you a fair idea of the whole process and what's involved. But
I have met you, and we had our heart-to-heart conversation. After that, nothing is left. So once you are in love, everything is gone. Nothing matters anymore, right? You move from Scotland to South Africa once you fall in love. So that's the kind of deal for me. As for the other corporates, you can definitely talk with them and use your corporate language, and maybe get a suit instead of the t-shirt, and talk with them and see what happens. They're wonderful people.
Sitting relaxed at home, and it's different than I was wearing it even in this warmth. I was wearing a suit and tie yesterday as well. So yes, I do dress up every now and then.
I know. You should get.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes. Yeah.
Talk with them.
Yeah.
And while you're there, remember, we have to give you a new skirt from Pakistan.
New skirt. See, that's only because now you're getting at the Scottish side of me. the kilt-wearing Dutchman.
Kilt,
but yeah. But I certainly look forward to that, and yeah, but let's do that. And as I say, I'll send you some more information about it all as well. And it's always a pleasure and privilege to talk with you. And you're inspiring many people. I also get a lot of friend requests of friends of Mr. Rehan. Yeah, so it's. Yeah, you know, and all the classrooms that are started, it's very inspiring to see the English classrooms and the Amy's classroom with all the mentorship, and that's going much bigger and bigger as well. And Rabael has we've had some wonderful interviews with her now as well. So yeah, it's I appreciate all you do, and I certainly look forward to connecting much more in the very near future.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for you. Thank you so much to Aarti. Give her a big hug for me. And I hope to see that you guys can maybe come for 2-3 days for the event coming in the next month. It's a startup event, as I said, but a lot of corporates would be there. Maybe you can, if you want, I can also hook you up with a small kiosk there. You guys can come and maybe showcase what you do, if you like, and maybe get some customers that way. You know, you never know, because all the of IT related and startup related and banking related CEOs will come, and around 5,000 to 6,000 people will join. It's a very interesting conference. It happened first time last year. It's a very different kind of conference. It's fun. So if you want to join, it'll be interesting.
Okay, that's good. That certainly gives us food for thought. I'm actually the first 2 weeks, roughly, I'm away in February to the UK, Scotland. But yeah, another discussion to have, and I appreciate the invite already. Thank you very much. And again, I look forward to talking again soon.
Sure. If you are going away, and again, if you're going for the first 2 weeks, this is in the third week. If Aarti wants to come with her friends or some other companies, you're more than welcome. It's the organization, it's called Momentum, momentum.org.pk. You can Google Momentum Pakistan and it will pop up. It's a wonderful event for startups. 125 startups will be displayed. It's a nice event. It's always good to go in a city when there is an event going on, because you meet a lot of people in a very short time.
Yeah, well, that's brilliant, and I will extend that. Well, Aarti is listening anyway and watching, so she knows now.
Is she hiding somewhere? Aarti, come show your face. Where are you? Come out.
No, she's
no.
She's not around here, but I actually seen online that she was watching. So
yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jan. I love you so much. Thank you.
Hold on. She'll come and say hello. I just seen her.
There she is.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's amazing, and yeah. Oh, there she comes. There you are.
Hello.
Salam. How are you?
I am fantastic. Congratulations, new mentor for the classroom of 100,000 people.
It's gonna be stunning.
It is. She's amazing, and she's going to definitely do the 100,000 people for sure.
It's gonna be absolutely superb.
So, Aarti, just before you leave, what in your thoughts when you were listening, what do you think would be one of the first things that would need to be in place?
In terms of launching values-based leadership in Pakistan, I think getting the right people with the right mindset, the right frame of thinking, people of influence, people who want to make a difference, people who've been looking for an opportunity to become leaders and people of significance, regardless of whether they're housewives or whether they're in corporate. It does not matter. You see, the heart is what actually brings the person to the point where they can create significance. So what you want is people who are already empowered, people who are already on the track of their own personal self-development, and who understand that this process takes time, it takes energy, there's a thoughtfulness, and they need a lot of compassion. Because something like this, even though it is a simple tool and a skill to learn, the beauty of it is that once they have learned how to use the process, they can impact hundreds and thousands of lives. But they've got to be people who have got a depth to them. They have got to want to change their country. That means they're already there. Their vision is to change your country. It's as
So you
simple
will
as that.
meet. So you will meet 5,000 of those when I see you in 3 weeks' time in Karachi, and bring his butt along with his kilt, and if you can, and that will be lovely. Wherever you go, he will follow. So I just have to convince you, not him. And I hope you guys come. And first, other step is the Zoom thing. I will set that up. But definitely try to come in for the event. You will like it. You will love it. There will be very, very nice people coming in, and you will definitely make some new amazing friends who really want to make the change. This boy, I call him a boy. He's 33. The guy who organizes this event, I didn't take him seriously at all. He has been kind of following me for 5 years, and 1 year before the event he said, I'm going to do this event. I was like, where would you do this event? What's going on? What are you talking about? And then he finally did the event last year, and it was just outstanding. And he got Imran Khan to come in. Imran Khan, so he got Imran Khan to come and speak and do the closing speech, and it was just fantastic. For the whole overall, the event was just 1000% better than I expected, and I kudos to him, and he just did a remarkable job. And I have a feeling that this will be a better event than last year. And I have attended hundreds of events, and the energy is it's all about the energy of the people where you are. So if you are in this event, you will find very, very interesting, powerful mix of energy. And if you can confirm this week, I can try to get you somewhere in the speaker list, or somewhere where you, at least a booth or kiosk where you can actually stuff. Sorry, my friend just keeps calling me, so I have to I disappear because of that. So thank you so much again for your time. I think I smell my lunch overcooked, so I will go and deal with that. And thank you so much. Love you both so much. I haven't met Arti, but this is an amazing guy. I don't know. I couldn't steal him from you, but I'm not that way.
Yeah. But yeah, and the same for you. We appreciate your time and as I said, all you do. And yeah, 2018.
And thank you, Arti, for joining Amy's classroom. As I said, Amy is a wonderful girl, and she's doing phenomenal work on there. And I really love her vision, and I think she's going to definitely change the world.
She absolutely will. Yeah. So will you. With everything that you do, it actually is really profound to watch the significance that you actually can create just with the thoughtfulness of the live videos that you do. I don't think you realize the impact of what you are doing. It's impressive, it is amazing, and it is inspirational, and we are grateful to have you in our lives. So thank you to you.
It's all talk and no work. So when I start seeing you guys doing live wink wink, then I will know.
Brilliant. Hey, yeah. I'm on Amy's. We're on Amy's side at the moment. So yeah.
And she's already thrown me in front of the bus as well. So
getting him to do it too.
Yeah.
It takes time. I understand that video is very powerful. It took me 3.5 years of convincing to Amy to do her live video. It was a long time, and now it's hard to stop her from the videos. She's like all the time talking there.
Yeah.
So it's a very powerful tool. It's just how we use our tools better. If we can sharpen our tools better, what you are doing is also sharpening our brain and our mindset. So it's all about using our tools in a different way, in a better way, in a more progressive way. So I have an idea in mind what I want to do with you guys with the online training. I will walk you through it slowly because I don't want to tell you it. You might get scared of it. So let's see what happens.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for having us on the call. Jazakallah. Have a stunning evening. Oh, lunch.
Afternoon. Huh?
Yeah, stunning lunch. It's evening for us.
Yeah.
And have a beautiful, beautiful afternoon too. And to all of your listeners and the people that tuned in and commented, thank you to you too.
See you in 3 weeks for a hug in Karachi.
Okay.
All right.
We will talk.
Yes, certainly will.
Okay,
Salam.
you take it.
Okay.
Okay,
thank you.